You log into your banking app, check your credit score, and suddenly it drops 40 points. You haven't missed a payment, you haven't opened a new card. You did absolutely everything right. But the rules of the system changed overnight without anyone telling you. After 30 years of relying on the same legacy math, the Federal Housing Finance Agency mandated a total industry migration. Starting in 2026, lenders are transitioning to two entirely new scoring models, FICO 10T and VantageScore 4.0. If you try to navigate this new financial landscape using credit advice from 2020, you are going to be actively locked out of the exceptional 800+ tier. To see what that cost you, look at this chart comparing total interest paid over a 30-year mortgage. With a 700 score, you pay a standard base rate. But if you hit that 800 mark, you secure the lowest possible pricing bracket, saving you hundreds of thousands of dollars over the life of the loan. Reaching that top tier means throwing out the old playbook. We have to learn exactly what these new algorithms are programmed to look for. The most significant rule change of the 2026 mandate is the integration of trended data. The old system took a single monthly photograph of your debt. The new system records a 24-month movie of your financial habits. To understand how this works, look at this graph mapping debt levels over a 2-year timeline. FICO 10T specifically looks for this green line, a steady downward trend showing you are consistently paying off balances month after month. Now compare that to this red line. Under the old rules, you could leave your balances high all year, pay them all off right before applying for a loan, and look great to a lender. Today, because the algorithm sees that your balances stayed high for 23 months and suddenly drop down at month 24, it flags your profile as high risk. VantageScore 4.0 uses this exact same trended data approach to evaluate millions of people who previously had thin credit files, giving them a score they couldn't get before. Under these 2026 rules, a long-term pattern of consistency mathematically overrides a one-time massive payoff. These new models also pull in alternative data. VantageScore 4.0 actively tracks rent. It tracks your utilities and your telecom payments. Your basic cell phone bill is now a direct tool for building your credit profile. There are also new protections built into the math. As of 2026, paid medical collections and any medical debts under $500 are officially erased from consumer reports, eliminating arbitrary penalties for getting sick. But there is a major new trap: buy now, pay later platforms. Splitting a $90 hoodie into 4 payments might feel like free money operating off the grid, but it isn't. FICO now monitors those microloans. If you engage in loan stacking, which means carrying multiple active buy now, pay later plans at the exact same time, the algorithm interprets that as financial desperation and docks your score. Because of all these changes, predatory credit repair pyramid schemes have flooded the market, promising quick fixes for upfront fees. The Federal Trade Commission has had to step in aggressively to shut them down. The ironclad legal reality is that no service can delete accurate data from your 24-month trend. Anyone charging you to magically wipe a legitimate late payment is often just peddling illegal, fake credit privacy numbers. Because the algorithms now see far more of your daily life, you have the power to build excellent credit much faster, but you also have the vulnerability to destroy it instantly through these new debt traps. So knowing exactly how the math works today, here is the step-by-step blueprint to hit that exceptional 800+ tier. Step 1. Enforce the 10% guardrail. The old advice kept your credit utilization, your debt compared to your limit, under 30%. Today, watch this meter. Achieving an 800 score requires pushing that safe zone down, keeping utilization strictly between 7 and 10%. To execute that, pay your balances mid-cycle. You want to ensure the algorithm captures your lowest possible balance right when the snapshot is reported to the bureaus, rather than waiting for the end of the month. Step 2. Build automated failsafes. A single 30-day late payment will severely corrupt a 24-month trended dataset. Setting up autopay for at least your minimum balance is a mandatory defensive move. Step 3. Protect your account longevity. You should never close your oldest credit card account, regardless of whether you actually use it day to day. FICO 10T needs deep historical data to validate your low-risk behavior. If you close an old account, you actively delete the timeline the algorithm relies on to score you. The 2026 credit models are ultimately much fairer than the old systems. They refuse to be manipulated by short-term tricks and instead heavily reward genuine, long-term financial discipline. Because, as always, financial freedom is built one smart decision at a time.